Now from the so-called City Beautiful and home to the Madden Studios, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League from Orlando, Florida. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Dolphins of Orlando. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Arkansas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Sanders. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball. They don't get things done early.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And then the movers way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense for the Colts, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The Dolphins at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Well, he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they can't bring him down. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
First and goal from just inside the 5. McCaffrey will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Sanders. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? Viking 18. Dragon 60. Ready?
Sanders to throw. Got his man on the out route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Out route to Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Let's go now.
Throwing, Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Ready?
To throw is Sanders. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Ready? Go!
From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Here we go! Here we go! 19 Tiger! 19 Tiger! 19 Lion!
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Working the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? Break!
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll drop the throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Come on, come on. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ready?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Cowboy 80. Bronco 80.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got him there right side, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts 37. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2.
Ready?
On the give, this is their fullback. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready?
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Go!
McCaffrey running up the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Ready?
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Ready?
Up he got McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 2nd down and 8.
Ready? Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready?
Back to throw here. Now a run here off the RPO. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And this will be caught at the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Come on, come on. Set. Rig alert, rig alert. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Second and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll work down the inside the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Smash. Cowboy 80. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Mustang 19. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His second TD in the game and 18th of the year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Here's Sanders. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
13 yards on the play. And the Colts first down. First and 10 at the 48.
To throw now. Here's Sanders. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
You You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and there's better shape now for third.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here we go. Here we go. 19.
Back to throw now on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Well, back foot throw there is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here.
48-yard attempt.
And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. And the deficit will hold pat at 13. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? How do they score here, especially a touchdown? It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. gets him a first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in the dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Here we go, set. 70 Timberwolves.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Come on. Set. Ready.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And able to work his way down to the 16.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here we go.
Looking to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he'll take this into the end zone for the Dolphins touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10.
Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Sanders. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
On the move now.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
From the shotgun, Sanders. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of...
He's got him in. Complete. A big play there for the Dolphins. 49 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Let's go now.
Back to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, ready.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Ready. Franco 80. 70. Ready.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to... The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. There's 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
18 Cardinal, 8, go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Panther stick.
He'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well in time there. And now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Sanders to throw. That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as his career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Come on, come on. Hey! 19, 18. Ready, ready.
To throw is Sanders.
Gets this one to Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
First down.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
That's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of time.
And touchdown! Chris Godwin, 38 yards. And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the Dolphins, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call him Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the can of this dry. Riding in special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and Birkin, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes, here goes the surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, her ride. Back while I'm gripping her side. Big and mad back, this ain't regular size. We really fly, we like pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call him Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Cash, money, cash, money, bread,